That's how you feel it?
That's how I'm feeling this
Okay.
morning. The pod has come back. This is how I'm feeling today.
Oh yeah, that's the type of pod we gonna have this morning.
Hey, salute to the legend Cool Cow, man.
Hey, for real.
Niggas put some respect on a real nigga name. Watch this first verse, nigga. Come on, you getting me? Yeah, we cheating, dog. It's automatic. Bro, I think I was like 8 and thought this was the hardest shit that ever came out, bro.
Hey, it's a lot.
With my guys. We just getting started. I should have brought the whole playlist on you niggas this morning. Man, look here, man. This how we gonna do this morning. I'm not fucking around.
You already know the welcome back pod is always
sick. Always sick.
You'd have thought we got some sleep.
You would have thunk niggas was rested, huh?
You know what I'm saying?
But you thought wrong.
Thought we gonna come in with 2 weeks worth of rest? Nah.
No, thank you.
That's not how we live our lives.
With my hood.
Oh, y'all better hope I can't find it. Y'all better hope this shit ain't on title. Oh shit.
No title got everything.
In trouble.
Woody. Okay, Eskimo, you big.
Lexus G. What?
This the days of the 2 Rolexes, nigga. What are you wearing 2 watches for? What's going on?
Ignorant shit, always.
What's the 2 watches for, bro?
Not telling time on either
Shout
one
out
of
to
them.
the hot boys,
Neither one of them tick.
Neither one of them. Oh, man, let's do it. So, Meet the Break Podcast. I am Monty Draper.
I am LG.
Lex B.U.B.
Welcome back, fellas. I missed you guys.
We missed you too.
You ain't missed me, man. Don't lie to me. Don't lie to me. Why niggas always got to give a chick a hard time? You didn't miss me. Niggas cannot accept love. I learned that last night too.
At all.
We can.
They got a hard time with that shit, bro.
Like, yo, dog, I missed you, dog. Nigga, just say like we don't have to.
Niggas
do all
answer with the yep. Right back at you. Love.
Shout out to everybody.
Or just change the subject.
That part.
Yeah.
That part.
You see the game?
Hey, that's the easiest way to have a tear go right back up into the ducks. Like, hey, bro, what about that game though?
Oh man! Shout out to everybody listening via Spotify, via Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, Castbox, Simplecast, and especially our YouTube viewership. Hit that subscribe button. And follow the Meet the Brave podcast. Follow Let's Bubble Productions. Follow No IGLG, and follow Monty Draper if you haven't already. Fellas, what we got? Anything? Lex, how are you?
I'm good.
Yeah,
Blessed.
we took a week off.
I know.
What'd you do with your week off?
Work.
Such a dumb question. What'd you do with your week off from the free show you niggas do?
Relax.
Nigga, none of your business, nigga.
Hey, you know what I mean? Whatever niggas wanted to.
Man. Yeah, I miss you. I did miss you guys. I missed this. So I realize now how dependent my my state of mind is on the show now. Like, I feel like it's therapy. Like, I get to come get some shit out, and then when it doesn't happen, you're like, nigga, why do I feel so blocked up, so spiritually blocked? That's
what happened when you miss it. When you miss a week of therapy, though, like you weren't able to get your shit off.
True.
Okay.
So I'm glad to be back. A lot took place. Some of it I have completely lost context for because so much happened since.
Where else
then.
can we just throw out these wild ass theories at?
I mean, few places, but there's something rewarding about it. On a Poe, shout out to my nigga Poe. In the middle of a beautiful event, we had at least I hope it was a kumbaya moment.
Y'all broke ground.
A little bit, right? It didn't feel complete.
No,
okay. All right, I'm not crazy.
It's because y'all wouldn't let me intervene.
L kept going like this.
But I want to say something, guys.
But you realize, but that's really what people do. There's somebody there with the answers, going, "Hey, I got the answers for you." And me and Poe kept going, "No. I'm gonna let you finish.
I'm gonna let you finish, but I got some shit to
say." and the whole time, Elle is like, "I have proper context from both of you guys. I could speed this shit up." Shout out to Poe, bro.
Sometimes you need a third set of eyes, man.
Always, but what is hella important though, and I hope I said this last night. I think I said it is to probably try to overstate what people mean to you and what sort of influence they have, right? And so they know what sort of terrain they have to, pull your coattail, check you, and it is a hard thing too because you don't know who you're dealing with or where people are at. So if it's someone you think you need to go, hey man, I think you need to consider this, or think you need to do this, or just any input at all, the last people you want to feel like they can't say nothing to you are the niggas you value their opinions the most, And I hope that was clear, Poe. I love you again. Here we are back on a public forum. My nigga goes, I feel like I only get to check in with you on the fucking show, and I'm like, damn, that's shitty. And I imagine there's a good portion of my life that feels that way, but fuck, man, if it didn't feel a little bit different coming from Poe, because that's my man, $100,000. So, yeah, are we starting with money therapy this morning?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, let's start.
We took a week off, man. It's only right.
It's only right. I got a lot of shit to say.
You on the couch?
I feel like
You're on the couch. This is true.
I want to say these last 3 months have been.
Wait, move to the side so you can put your feet up.
Yeah.
Give him the yellow pillow.
You got the talking feeling.
Man, this last 3 months has been like one hell of a ride. Creatively, I know the world is shut down and things aren't happening, but everything niggas have been working towards this entire time, like all of those skills or all of those acquired tools have become assets. Like I don't know, like almost seemingly overnight. So it's like shit that you weren't able to monetize or leverage before has become a commodity overnight, and you're like, holy shit. But you're prepared for it. What you can't account for, what you aren't prepared for, is the distance it'll create, or the seeming sort of isolation or purgatory you've put yourself in. And I for whatever reason yesterday that shit came full scene, because it's not just Poe. There's other people that really mean the world to me. Like, yo, my nigga, where you been at? And in my mind, I'm going, I've been in the studio. Like anybody who knows exactly where to find me. And it feels like certain people pull up or they don't, or they just tap in. And I wouldn't change any of that. However, tap in a little bit more just to make sure everybody's okay, because this shit has been hard, bro. It really has been hard in terms of like the toll it's taken on people's mental health, their sort of immortality, and all these, like, there's a lot of shit going on, and how I've chosen to deal with it is just completely bury myself in the idea of work.
Yeah, in the new world, there isn't like the common meetup spots anymore.
Yeah.
So like it isn't like we bump into each other type thing anymore.
That's completely
what
gone.
I mean? So that shit's out the window.
Yeah.
So it is like a little bit more of like a tap in type deal.
It 100% is, and that's the point that you guys were making last night. That was like, I heard loud and clear, and I hope not just with us, but I hope other groups too, can be clearer or feel safer about speaking up for what they need, or not even what they need. Just like, yo, my man, like everybody else is checking in. What the fuck you doing? I feel like that's fair. If you care for the people and if the relationships are worth making the effort. And again, I'm not in a position to go, niggas is tripping, because this is probably the third or fourth time I've had to have this conversation specifically. And the self-preservation part wants to go, well, I was doing this. It's like, nah, just do better. You can make the effort to do everything else. Make this effort if it's worth it. I don't know. It was a hell of a teaching moment in terms of just like, because the old me immediately wants to go, well, this is my stance. Feel where I'm coming from. It's like, okay, no, nigga. I feel like there's other perspectives you can consider, and we kept having that conversation about empathy for hours. It felt like, and it kept presenting itself and presenting opportunities to exercise that.
Yeah, similar to like in a relationship where like, or just like any type of relationship, it doesn't even have to be like a significant other or anything like that, but like any type of relationship with another person, it's a matter of like if somebody says something to you, the first thing that comes to mind is, all right, I'm waiting this out until they stop speaking,
so I can respond.
and then I'm going to give you an example that pertains to my life from what you just said, right? So, and that's usually like how like usual conversations and communication will go between two people or multiple people. When in truth, a lot of it comes down to listening, actually hearing what a person says, and then responding in a way that is beneficial to the other person is like another step in communication. So that's just like a observation when it comes to like just people having conversations. Period. It's not always like a example on whoever's side or to have a response about something, whatever that pertains to yourself, but more so something that is beneficial to the other person is another form of breaking ground.
What is our I'll generalize it, then I'll reel it back in.
Yeah.
To personalize it, but what is our why is that a thing, and has communication always been like that too? Instead of like actively listen with the intent of inserting yourself in said experience. Like what does that stem from? You have any idea?
I think to our core, we are all selfish individuals, like selfish beings. First and foremost, we put ourselves first. That's like where we truly feel. That's where we truly feel that we have something to offer. Is if we are able to acknowledge a portion of our experience, push that onto someone else in order to prop ourselves up. When in essence, a lot of times what people really need is, for one, someone to hear them out. And then for two is for you to actively engage and acknowledge what was said. I think with those two parts of that conversation, I think that goes a long way in not only yourself learning a lot, being the listener, but also the person that's speaking feeling validated in what they're saying. Not all conversations are a need to just listen to, but I think for the most part, when people speak, they are trying to convey something, and it's just a level of validation that's needed in what's being conveyed. I think in my own experience with communication and stuff like that, a lot of times that is like a rough space to be in. Trying to just listen to individuals because they think as if you are, when you're actively engaged in listening, something about that is like you're trying to manipulate something or do something in a way. I don't know why people aren't too used to somebody listening to them, actually listening to them and then validating them. But when you do that, they don't know what to do, because it's like it literally, all of our conversations has to do with you just telling your side of the story.
Absolutely.
That's it.
Absolutely. No, it's funny you say that, because that, again, a reoccurring theme. So when I don't know if it works like this for everybody else, but I know for me, if certain shit keeps presenting itself from sources that don't have shit to do with each other, there is absolutely no way for you to go, everybody's bugging. It's just no, you can't. I know you. Let me say you can. Let me not say that you can't. You shouldn't. You shouldn't get like relatively similar information from different sources and go, oh, niggas is bugging. There's a lesson in that because it's bad. There is. It's. I wholeheartedly believe in balance, my nigga. Like it's not, and it shit just ain't black and white.
Very important.
And it's part of the finesse, like too. And life's one big finesse. I stand by that shit. And in
one giant gray area.
And in the spirit of fucking figuring out how to finesse this motherfucker, let's really learn. And so while there isn't an absolute rebuttal, there's a conversation of just transparency and letting the people into your world. Quarantine happens, and this is what I was getting to with the guys, because even a freak because of the business relationship is aware, but even it just didn't feel like something to talk about on the show at the time. We took the company took a significant hit with quarantine, bro. Like tour both internationally and domestically were planned. Thanks to insurance, was able to recoup some of that bread, but still not a high enough percentage. And so, and then on top of that, the amount of contracts that were like, yeah, we can't fulfill that due to COVID-19. All right, bet. And it's the whole don't count your eggs before they hatch, but cool. Now we got to pivot and figure it out. I only know one way to do that. Legitimately, let's say. I only know one way, and that's just to go dive headfirst into the art. And so, and don't get me wrong, this week has been fulfilling, but it also has been super reflective. It's like people tapping in, going, "Yo, you know what's gotten into you, nigga, but you killing it." Album after album just been amazing. It's like, well, that shit costs some. Even if it doesn't cost money, it costs time, and doesn't allow for the pull up like it should. And in my mind, it's like, oh, niggas know where I'm at. Like I'm good. Like it's no harm, no foul. But it's still the tap in, you know. And I think that was sort of the lesson. You know, it's like everybody's got something, but the effort both ways. And you want so bad. At least I want so bad to go. Well, damn. Like it's not personal. It shouldn't be received that way. But that shit don't matter right now. You know, not at this point.
Yeah, I can fancy it very similar to like me being off the radar too. I think that's just something that we do though. Like when there's something that we need to figure out, we dive into figuring that shit out. It's a strand of our family, I would say. I guess I would say the men in our family. Yeah. I don't know so much about what on the women's side in our family, but
I feel like they're the same way.
They're the same way.
I feel like Tay get low when she get low. She lock in. Sure. I feel like Bean get low. I live with my sister, and I know how low she get when she needs to go figure something out. Yeah. And I don't, for whatever reason, I just don't equate it to. I don't take it personal, and I don't equate it to a weakness either. It's almost like a superpower to me. Like I've never seen y'all complain about shit. No. So I go. That's why the whole tour thing felt weird to go. Oh my God, I'm losing my shit. Like I just needed to go figure it out. Like I just needed to step the fuck away and go make as much art as possible to drown out the noise and offset how much of a L niggas took. Like that makes sense to me, but to sit around and go, woe is me. My something about it just don't feel right. It don't feel right. And that's not to say that's what niggas are doing, but to harp over what isn't or what won't be just feels like such a counterproductive step when it's like, all right, bro, there's progression. And I don't subscribe to the idea that that's unhealthy. I for the life of me, I don't. It's like I just want to keep going. This is what it was. All right, cool. Let's work. Let's just keep working through it, and that's the approach. And so the part of you that wants to defend defend the being out of touch part is like, damn, but it's like all in the spirit of getting better, not in the spirit of like not fucking with niggas. It's like, no, like it's the last thing. But I feel like that's where the context is so helpful. And that's all. And so I that struck a nerve because I literally know OGs who were best fucking friends, and because of a lack of context, don't speak anymore. I haven't spoken in 30 years. That's how thin that line is. It's like, I love you, I hate you. I love you, but I don't fuck with you. And you're like, wait, but why? I don't know. I don't remember.
Yeah.
Or if you do remember, it's just your part of the story without the context from the other person. And so you didn't build up this whole thing in your head. And that's in all relationships. So talk to your people, man.
Yeah, I think talk to your people, and I think also people from the people side allow for the space for someone to, if there was a point in time where y'all fucked with each other, then you can't take that in vain, and allow for the space for them to, kind of find their groove back in as well. You know what I mean? Like, I think you kind of have to create a space where you can feel a person out again, and then see if that's something that makes sense still. I think what we do is that we just shut it down and shut it off if they're not with you daily. And that's, the more we get into this thing, it's a grind. So somebody ain't gonna be around you daily. You know what I mean? So we gotta allow for, the space in between for somebody to, if you fucked with them before, see if you still fuck with them. You know what I mean? And see if that's still a thing. You could pick up on that without having them be in your space, like in your bubble. You know what I mean? Like there's still ways to get to the bottom of that. But you have to be open to it, and you'll be amazed, just being open, how much you learn and how much you come across. What lessons are learned. But once you close your shit off, then fuck you know what you know.
So you were saying some real shit, and then I didn't realize you had sent pod notes.
My shit wild.
Your shit is crazy. Did you read these?
No, not yet.
I'm going to just read L's list. Identity crisis. Identifying yourself by who you're fucking. Wow. Gender reveals are dangerous. Good one. It's Joe's turn. I'm terrified to find out what that means. You have to mess with someone in a lower weight class than yourself. That's going to get sick. Guys, you rather have your girlfriend cheat on you or your side find a boyfriend? Yo.
Hey, man.
Let's start there.
We out here.
Let's start there.
Why not? Let's go there.
This is why I say our show is exceptional. We find the nuance to pick apart.
It's a small tweak.
A real nigga in this room that ain't never had to side get a boyfriend and your whole world comes apart.
Bro.
Your main chick got start a whole new family, you're fine. Let the side get a boyfriend on your ass, nigga. Watch what happens.
Bro, you really found out a lot about yourself, bro. Because that's probably going to be your darkest moment.
The side getting a boyfriend being your darkest moment is crazy. I just want to point that out.
Yeah.
Hey.
It's real shit, bro. It was a question that came across my tail, and I was like, bro, like that's something, because it was asked from the other side, so I had to switch the wording in it.
Damn.
But it was a question for the ladies regarding us, but it can be.
Wait, how is that? How do you present? How was that? So is it the?
So it was like
for the women, it's
yeah. So there's like it was like ladies. Let me just read it. So it's like ladies. You rather have your boyfriend cheat on you or your other boyfriend find a girlfriend. So that's kind of how the.
So how did they answer?
I don't know. It was open ended. You know what I mean? So it was like a poll for ladies to get to the bottom of what they were thinking. But I was like, nah, this is something that the fellas can. Y'all not off the hook, my nigga, because y'all.
No, I feel like this fits more for guys anyway. I feel like women are way more reasonable in their feelings. Where niggas will really have a whole emotional connection.
They cold
to
now.
the side chick and have a melt. Like listening to Carl Thomas because the side chick got a boyfriend is sick, bro. I just like, bro. Think about the optics of that,
bro.
That's how you know, like when women get on they men are toxic shit. I'm the last one to rebuttal because that's some sick shit. We got it. We have to admit.
That's real. Because like, who do you confide in now?
Wifey.
Huh?
Wifey?
Nah, I can't bring this to the table.
I'm going through it right now.
I can't bring this to the table.
I'm going through it.
I can't bring this type of shit to that table. Nah, but that was really what it was just like, where the fuck do you go to from there? Because I think when you had like, the reason to have a side is only attention based. That's all. Like, it's literally.
So now she not fucking with you. Now you crumbling. Yeah.
I mean, if that's not in order anymore, and now you just got the household, and your household wasn't in order before. So yeah. This is what you get. This is what you got. That's what you left with.
So unpacking the psychology of cheating. Humanizing the cheaters.
That's what we do.
Okay. Cheaters doesn't do that at all. That show's terrible. It's always a nigga like, oh man, y'all tripping. Hey, you gonna do this? You go what? What's wrong with you?
They be cheating so cold though, bro. Like they cheat like back in the day. Cheat where you
go to the local Applebee's. Like Instagram ain't a thing, bro.
You feel me?
What? You
don't even be low though. They be
out there.
Let me get that hot shirt,
bro.
You got your loud shirt on, nigga. You didn't want to wear a hoodie, nothing.
Bro. Showing it off and everything, bro. Got her and the family. You got.
Don't have a side family.
You got Junior? Somebody else's Junior?
Somebody else's.
Come on, bro.
Yeah, this is sick.
You can't have future Junior.
Oh man. What yeah, so what did you answer?
I mean, if I go into my toxic bag, then I would definitely say the side because of the place that the side plays.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that's literally just the outward reach. So you end up investing more of like the emotional stance in that, while you're investing more of the structural. The more the structure is going into your main. So you're building a castle with the main, but you're actually, putting all the furniture and shit like that. That shit's going into the outhouse, bro. Like the main area got to be clean as fuck. You know what I'm saying? But in the outhouse, bro, you got shit just thrown, spewed all over the place. Just fucking open canvas to just go crazy on. So that's kind of like the way that I look at it. But for me being who I am now, it's for sure if the wife is cheating on you, bro, then that's just even more incentive to. It's a wrap on that one. Because if you get to the point, at least for me, because I think this is probably my ego in place, but I think I control a great amount of space. So if that comes to play, then I would find it as something that has to do with me.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that ain't got shit to do with that other person. Yeah. Like that's literally, it was something that I didn't bring to the table, or something I might have been disengaged at some point that made you want to do that.
Yeah. So that was gonna be my point. It's like, how sick do we want to go? Because you can personalize the wife, the girlfriend cheating on a whole nother sicko level where you go, oh no, that's me.
Yeah.
That has something to do with me. That's personal. And then you really sick. The side having getting a boyfriend is just funny because it's like the nerve of you nigga to feel away. The nerve.
For sure.
And you like, bro, who do you think you are? It's that cake and eat it too shit is like a real thing. So shout out to the person whoever came up with wrote that down. Can we trace that quote back? Like, what is that from?
I always wondered that.
We gotta start chasing down like what's that, Fat Beach? Say another cliche again. I'm gonna slap the shit out of you. Yeah. But it's like, who came up with all of these?
Yeah. somebody just be sitting down for memes,
thinking of bars.
Yeah, they be down there. Somebody ain't left their boxers. But I don't know, man. I don't know. I mean, also like another part of it tends to be like if they were already in something and they became a side, or if they didn't have something in the first place. Because if they didn't have something in the first place and then they got somebody, that shit is difficult. Because that means that you might be done.
My fear is that this is way more sick and demented than we're giving it credit for, and I just don't want to I've had so many thoughts about this topic.
Oh yeah, I mean this is my PC version.
Okay. Mine too. Okay.
Listeners beware.
Oh shit. All right, Lex, what you got, man?
What do I got?
Interview. Who did Shade Room interview? Bruh?
Duke.
Oh yeah, I have him too. I have him down, so we can. I don't know if we want to just jump right there though. That's the only thing.
Sometimes you don't want to just jump into the nastiness.
I feel like it's a healthy dialogue though, because we're talking numbers, we're talking industry, like music numbers and shit like that. But we'll get back to it. Are we following the latest Joe Budden shit? The update.
Mm-hmm.
So the whole Spotify conversation for the last few weeks on the show. I think their last episode is Wednesday for them in terms of being under contract. Do we believe in the idea of smear campaigns?
For sure.
Yeah.
You do. This is kind of an obvious one, right? Okay.
I mean, but I put this in the category of you get what you put out as well, because in order to, and you know, we all get older, I mean not all, but we can evolve and shit like that, so things can change for us personally, but some of those decisions that are made in the past do come back to haunt you. So like the people that you fuck with, the people that you have close to you. If they weren't, if there wasn't a good, we keep talking about this shit, but if there wasn't a good vetting process, then best believe, nigga, they can come back to haunt you. So these people were the exact same people when you started messing with them. The only thing that changed is that you didn't continue to self-destruct. That's it. You know, like shit just switched up. Shit switched up for the better for you as an individual. Yeah. And now the wolves are out. Like that shit is like, you know, that's natural.
I got a question for both of you guys though, because I didn't know that people didn't do this until just recently. A vetting process.
Oh, for sure.
Nigga, you just don't just get to start coming around. Fuck you mean?
Yeah.
Like, cause now, if I'm affiliated with you everywhere, guess what? I'm affiliated with you when I'm not even around anymore. So I have to vet just to figure out the other shit and the shit that's below the surface. Like, but apparently people don't do that anymore.
No, not at all. It's even worse now than ever. Like, because, and I only put it in the context of like, people tend to, if you just look online, most people are smearing themselves into like the exact same mold. So you can easily look the exact same if you were to go into that world, right?
Yeah.
And if that's the case, then everybody's going to have the exact same taste.
Yeah.
And then when they start, they're not doing a vetting process. They're going off of what they see. They don't know anything about this person yet. And this person isn't even presenting to you what they actually are yet. It's all surface level shit. So they'll get into something and just find themselves in it off of just surface level context and never get to the bottom of anything. And then be wondering why, you know, this person is tearing you to shreds. Like, how the hell did they do that? Like, now you all of a sudden is playing the victim role because you didn't do enough to begin with. You know what I mean? Like, and I can't really rock with that being thought of as being a victim. In my book, like I would say that it's a learning experience for you, but I can't roll with the whole feel for me without giving me any background on what I need to be feeling.
Yeah.
Like I need to know the full story before I be like, oh, okay. I mean, I get it, and I should feel for that individual. Not the whole I started fucking with this person because we look good together.
Yeah. No, even worse. I started fucking with this person because we're both codependent and I need to be needed. But I need someone. Like, that's really what a lot of shit be born out of. And niggas be so thrown off when that person switches up. But that shit wasn't built on love anyway. Not in the sense of that it's gonna be unconditional, right? Like codependency is solely based on conditions. Like terms. Hey, you provide this service to me and I'm gonna fuck with you. The second you stop servicing me in the way I need to be serviced, my nigga, it's done for you and for us.
Completely.
And that's a heartbreaking thing to sort of have play out in full. Like, so for anybody that hasn't been following the Joe Budden Spotify contract thing, it's been some of the most fascinating shit because of where podcasting is moving to, the amount of ad revenue that's being allocated by these companies for the sake of podcasts. It's some television shit. Like it's going to break ground. Like I hope everyone's watching this close, and we've been talking about it. Solely because we have a show, but also just being fans of it. Like my favorite form of entertainment right now and for the last 7-8 years has been podcast first. Podcast. And then it's a toss up between music and like Netflix or some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? But podcasts edge that out no matter what.
Speaking of that, Netflix is on a fucking tear. They trying to get theaters out of here.
Body and shit right now. Salute to Netflix. So watching that play out publicly, and we called it, like especially once the Joe Rogan shit hit us, like, oh, this is about to get sick. And it's exceeded all my wildest expectations. I couldn't have seen it going this way. Smear campaign was the furthest thing from my mind, but when it's that much money we're talking about, oh yeah, go ahead.
Quick question:
Yes,
Did
sir.
you listen to Saturday's pod?
Yes. So that's what I was getting to. The Wednesday made me feel away.
I didn't like it.
You didn't like Joe walking off?
Well, I listened to it first. I didn't even know Joe. I didn't know Joe walked off.
Yeah.
But I didn't like the silence in it. Like I knew that there was shit going on behind the scenes, so I did get that from the Saturday going on or whatever.
But I and so I guess my I'm with you, G. Let me say that first.
My only thing, and the reason why I did it, I didn't really like it, is because I get that the world is coming down at that point, and you gotta get your family in order. But I didn't like it because of what had just happened weeks prior, and weeks prior, it wasn't even something that that Rory had done. It was something that Rory's mans had done, and you sat him on the hot seat.
Yep.
And the first topic was his topic.
Yep.
And that wasn't even him.
Yep.
That was in the middle of that. You know what I mean? So I don't like when you do things that way.
Yeah.
And that's the part of the manipulation portion of things that I don't be fucking with.
Yeah.
But he's already said that he does that, so it's whatever.
No, that's where I was going to, G. Like the part of it that didn't sit well is how everybody else gets held to the hot seat. Not even just his castmates, but the topics that they discuss, from Logic, to Sean, to Tyler, to some of the artists, some of the black male artists who have spoken to like how they've chosen maneuver or not maneuver. Joe's really opinionated on it. He has a thought, and so to your point, you get what you put out. All right, this is the energy you've been giving niggas. So, what's up when it's your time? And what was unfortunate though, it's one thing to have everybody come for you, but before the episode, before Wednesday's episode, I got to hear Sin attempt to defend him, and I was like, oh no, she was better off not saying nothing. Like the whole time she was talking, I was like, oh damn, this is only making it worse. And so Joe spoke to that on Saturday and how he felt. He's like, yo, like damn, like even she couldn't come to my aid. And that, I think that's why I started to feel for bro, where he was like, he just fully was not, he didn't know what the fuck was going on at that point. It's like, okay, this is totally beyond me. But nonetheless,
which I believe it's possible to be more in tune, and maybe that's just me being super hard on men about shit, but that is a pet peeve of mine when it comes to men, because we have an out to just be neglectful and oblivious to signs of things that we are doing.
No, it's not an out. We don't have an out. Like to your point.
No, I'm saying, but we give each other an out is what I'm saying. Mm-mm. So like I just don't agree with it. Yeah. I just don't agree with when shit gets hot, I get to hide, and like everybody else can just come up with what they want to come up with, and I'm just gonna be silent about it. And then when it blows over, whatever, I can just go back to regularly scheduled programming. Yeah. Like like what we got to do is we got to be accountable for our shit, and that's the only way that we're going to get any further and be any better is when we're able to be accountable for the shit that we did and that we're going through in that moment. You don't know how many people you can help with that shit. Sitting in that shit. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, take it on the chin. What? Now, you ain't got to say exactly what's going on, because that shit is family shit. You ain't got to say none of that shit. But what you can do, though, is offer context on just you as an individual, what you doing now, shit like that. Like, you can offer context.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then you don't know who you helping with that shit. Yeah. But the more and more we be hiding from shit, and we don't bring ourselves to the forefront on things that are going on, then the more we just tuck that shit to the side, and the next person gonna make the exact same fucking mistake. And that shit is gonna be a continuous cycle, and we just keep fucking up our community that way. Absentee as fuck. You know what I mean? Like, I don't fuck with that. I don't fuck with the absentee shit. Like, man, stand in that shit, be a man, be grown, talk that shit that you usually talk, and watch how all this other shit moves out the way for you. But you can't just be, I'm gonna play the back because
it's tight.
It's super tight right now, and but I got hella people that's on underneath my line or whatever, so I gotta do this for the rest. Nah, my nigga, that ain't what you doing.
Yeah. Self-preservation, right?
That's
now.
it.
Yeah. And that was the part that was hardest to stomach. Such a great show built on ideas of integrity. I thought this was a really dope, to your point, G, a helping or teaching moment of how to deal with these things, and I just didn't appreciate the way it was dealt with.
That's all.
That's
no personal attacks or anything like that. Yeah. It's just more so that's the type of energy that I'm bringing to all men.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Like we got to do better. We got to be better.
Yeah, and it's getting a lot more convoluted in the spaces in media spaces and entertainment spaces and forums and expression based platforms. Just men of color like presenting a unified front, if you will, and discussing another man's business, another man's pockets, and what their contracts may be. It's just strange, but that is the topic. Like, we're watching a public parting of ways between a corporation and an entity that is Joe in the JBP pod, the pod itself, and all the productions in and around it. And so what I don't want to be culpable in, at the same time of holding each other accountable, what I don't want to be culpable in is the castration of someone like that either. Like, stand by while is publicly undermined everything this man has accomplished. That doesn't feel fair either. So How are we supposed to check one another, checks and balances, without allowing the others to completely undermine this person's ability to earn? Because it feels like there's got to be some balance. It feels like it shouldn't just be complete, like one sided. And that's what I think. That's what more so what I'm concerned about is like the lack of balance in this attempt to. I don't know, because it's like you find out a lot about how your industry feels about you when you're in positions like Joe. Everybody's pretending to fuck with you because they need you. Hey man, can I come on the show? I want to promote this one. This it's a few million people every episode you do, so you're getting people coverage. Everybody wants to. Your values has never been higher, and everybody wants to fuck with you. And this second shit goes wrong, niggas start coming out the woodwork. It's like, oh, you didn't fuck with me for real. So how do you propose someone maneuvers through that, where you get to find out what's real and what's not, and not even from the outsiders. I'm talking about from people within the industry that look like you, that think they're in competition with you, that are like, oh yeah, there's blood in the water. Let's go.
Yeah. All right, so I think first things first. A lot of these conversations should not be something that shows up starting on your platform. Like, y'all got pre-production, bro. Y'all got group chat, or y'all just got y'all got access to each other. So first things first, you can work out whatever it is on your mind before you even get on your platform. And then you'll have like a more informed conversation about whatever the fuck is going on. Now, blood in the water is a normal thing. Like, that's gonna happen no matter what. Your job is to continue to swim to the point where you make it to safe grounds. So it's not like a blood in the water you see to everything that's going on and then you get ate up in this motherfucker. That's not what we're talking about. We're talking about you being able to get through the trenches and come out on the other side a different human being. Because all this shit is just going to be a bunch of chatter in my mind. Like, I don't think any of this shit that we be talking about and we be dealing with is actually real. The only time it's real is when you on the ground floor. That's the only time it's real. The higher up you get, none of that shit is real, bro.
Yeah.
Like, looking down at all these people thinking that this shit is real is a certain level of puppeteering. They just create distractions in your way for you to get in, like for you to not be able to see what the fuck is really going on. In my book. So every time you feel like you got something to the fire, you don't. You created that shit in your mind, and you allow people that was simpler to throw some more fuel on that shit. You didn't have to. Unless you done took somebody out, bro, you ain't got to worry about none of this shit. And it's crazy because the folks that took somebody out be the calmest motherfuckers.
Yeah.
I know that speech went all over the place a little bit, but truth be told, that's literally how I look at it, though. And I just
nothing even matters. None of it really even matters.
It's not real.
It's one thing for it to not be real.
So you telling me that all of that has real repercussions for what he's trying to do, or just what somebody?
And again, maybe it's from a perspective of like, yo, this is all I have. This is all like. This isn't the last 5 years of Joe's life. This is his entire career. Has been allocated to this one moment, to cashing in on this. This is his cash in moment. and now that it's here, your proof of concept worked. We're talking about 20 plus years of Joe being an artist to arrive at this point, to cash in, and now like you said it, the wolves are out. Mm-hmm. So yeah, it made it. You're right. It relatively on a relative basis, like it's not a big deal, but not if you've dedicated your whole life to it. I think that's where it's where my bias kicks in. I've been working for the same goal my entire life, and I'm getting ready to cash in, and then all this shit comes out, and then I go, oh nigga, I'm gonna be fine because I got real niggas around me that's gonna step up and speak on my behalf, and no one, like even his co-host was like, I swear to God, if something happened and you niggas sound like Rory and Maul did on Wednesday, we gonna be in here fighting on camera. That. I was heartbroken for bruh, because he literally in his mind was like, oh, character issues. My niggas and my baby mama gonna speak for me. I'm gonna be lit, and none of them said anything worth a damn.
Okay, so all right,
and you cashing in takes care of everybody.
All right, so now we're gonna get into some real deep, dark shit.
Let's go.
Monty, why do you think that if something like that happened amongst this group, that there wouldn't be an issue whatsoever?
What you mean?
Like how you move, how I move, how Lex is moving. Why do you think that if there was something that came across that table that had to do with one of us, that we probably wouldn't even skip a beat on just how we are maneuvering?
So okay, I see what you did there. That's why I fuck with you. So how you feel is how I feel. I'm not losing no sleep over that, nigga. I'm kicking it, coming to the show. We might have a tense conversation about it. It may be for the sake of production, but I would never question how y'all would stand up for me in that moment, or how I would stand up for y'all.
But there's a reason why there wasn't a stand up for him in that moment. Even though there's a cash in, you got to think about, like I said, what is the saying? Like your something. What is it? Chickens coming home to rooster. What the hell that shit is?
What is it? Don't be the pot calling the kettle, calling the
all the old sayings or whatever, right? So yeah, we ain't old enough for that shit. My bad. It's some shit I used to hear back in the day.
I told y'all cliches. Who came up with them?
It's some shit that I used to hear back in the day.
Right though, isn't it chickens come home to roost?
Something random like that.
Don't count your chickens. Don't hatch them. Why the chicken cross? Nigga, I don't know.
Hey, which one came first?
Yeah, the chicken or the egg.
Only one I know for sure is I ain't falling for the banana in the tailpipe. That's the only one I know.
Hey, a whole segment.
Reggie Hammond, goddamn.
Whole segment on sayings. But like the only reason why is just because you got to think about they've had time around this individual, and up to this point, yes, now things are turning and you can see a bag in the future. Yeah. But that does not
negate everything.
Does not negate all like the extra fuck shit that could probably have happened up to this point. Yeah. You know what I mean? So it makes it where I'm not quick to just jump and provide that extra level of shield. Yeah. Unfortunately. Yeah. You know what I mean? Even if it's going to help me out personally, if I'm moving a certain type of way or I'm a certain type of person, first things first, I might hesitate just because like, nigga, but I remember when, you know what I mean? Like, and it wasn't something specific to that, to what went on what the fire was, but it's just like how you moved about something that I was doing. You know what I mean? Like that makes me feel a certain type of way. You know what I'm saying? Like you was quick to put my feet to some shit. My nigga, like you was quick to put my business out there. You know what I mean? So it makes it so that, nigga, what the fuck am I supposed to, nigga, you do this shit. You figure this shit out. You know what I mean? And sometimes that might fuck up your own bag, but it's like, my nigga, I'm not about to be out here defending you, my nigga. If you know, like, I don't know. I can't even say that. I can't even say that I can defend you right now, which is fucked up, but it is what it is. Yeah. Even for the bag, like it's like I would hope that in that moment I would be like, let me just bite my tongue.
Nah,
but
that's the thing. That's the thing. You're not built like that. Like I've never seen. And again, we're talking about substantial amounts of money. So you can go, niggas, I would never do that. Would you? Can you say that for real? And in my mind, I could absolutely say my niggas aren't moved by money. That feels good to say. It feels really good to say niggas mind their business. Like, hey, unless you loop me in, I ain't seen nothing.
Exactly.
And so with that in mind, I sleep a little bit better at night. Like I'm not really worried about who says what because I'm good amongst my crew. So I guess I'm thinking from Joe's perspective. If he sees the headlines, he's like, "Oh man, we'll be good." Sin or say something, and I'll go on the show, and my niggas will defend me. All will be good.
For what reason?
Just I don't, because I would hope that he feels the same way about his circle the way I do about mine. That's all I'm saying.
Got it.
And so, and with that in mind, if I feel that way, to your point, this shit don't matter until you get to your show. On the way to your show, you're watching your baby mama on live make things worse.
Give it up.
You get to the show, your niggas don't say nothing other than, I can't really speak for it like that. You my nigga, I live with you and I ain't seen it while I was around. Oh my gosh, this is going way worse than I thought. And so I'm listening to, this is Wednesday's episode, I'm listening to Joe like sink in the seat. Like he's more mad, morbid. He's saying what you said. Oh no, we don't have a purpose. We aren't anyone. And like, what, nigga, yo, y'all don't hear your man cry.
My nigga was
frazzled. He went to Moon Music too, Joe.
Yeah, he was frazzled.
This is another moment when you guys gonna judge me. Is it fucked up? I was like, damn, I hope that this nigga leave and just go to the studio.
We're getting an album out of this. If the Mary J shit exists for Mary J, the depression should exist for Joe.
Mm-hmm.
It's even better because he's depressed, not because he's broke, but he finally has money.
That's
the best depression for niggas to make music.
Everything you said you was gonna do, you did it, you delivered, and now it's here, and everyone's coming for you. Yo,
you about to drop your Kurt Cobain,
man. Look,
but
that was a hot take I had. Tony's Let's Get Down ain't nothing but Smells Like Teen Spirit, just a funky version of it. Think about it. Listen to it on your way home.
Yeah, I got to go back and listen.
I did the science.
Buddy, whatever.
And now I can't unhear.
Whatever had your brain connect those two. Man.
It came on, and I was like, when you listen to how Raphael's verse, how he sings the first verse, and the effect they put on it, it's the same vocal treatment for Kurt Cobain, for how they treated Kurt's voice on "Smell Like Teen Spirit," and the way he's singing it. I was like, this is fucking brilliant. I could be tripping though. I could be high, like,
or you could just be a genius.
Do the science, baby.
That's what it is. Damn. So you see the zeros and ones. My nigga might be the one.
How we? I hate to just move on, but it's this. So we've been talking about it. Like, no want to talk about the deal much longer. Their last episode under contract is that Joe's rep is what it is. I don't imagine it'll impact his business ventures as much as, at least I hope it won't. Yeah, I'm just curious to keep watching it unfold. I don't want to speculate too much
On the what?
on his next movement, his next business alignment, like how it's gonna work.
Yeah, I heard the potential number that was thrown out for what was offered, what was going to what they put on the table for Spotify, and that sounds a lot like shit that I thought they were going to end up doing. Yeah. Like I knew it, that nobody wanted the actual deal.
Yeah.
But hopefully everything works out though. Just know that these companies ain't giving it up like that, man. Yeah. Not just cause.
They staying in just because of the Charlemagne Joe shit and just the optics of black people engaging in some sort of like sparring for the world to see.
You think they should have started something?
Do I think that they should have started something?
Yeah, it's like started a platform. Because that's two big names that could have came together.
I see. Oh, go ahead. Oh, my bad.
No, you can go first. I was just gonna say I don't think them two can work together.
No, definitely not. But I
so-
think sometimes it's just the right partnership.
See, and so that's to Lex's point. The whole like, I wish it was as simple as like, yo, we black, let's come together for the sake of wealth. Back to our vetting conversation, bro. If it's character flaws in people, because I think everybody thinks about economics on like a book smart thing, and
That's a feel.
so much shit of this is predicated on being able to finesse. Like, I don't care if it's corporate, I don't care if it's the streets. We just got done talking about it. It's like, yo, corporate is the real street niggas. For real, they just finessing everybody. And so where people continue to make this mistake is like, oh, such and such is book smart. Get his book smart ass up out of here because he's gonna get eaten by these sharks. For real, because he don't have no finesse about him, no tact about him at all. And G made a good point. It's like, yo, that's why Hove translated so well into the corporate space, because it's like, oh, these just street niggas in here. They just whooping everybody. This what it costs here. Put my dollar on it, middleman the shit, and sell it to somebody else. Well, cool. And the faster I can move the product, the better.
Right.
I can even lessen my percentage if I can move it faster. Who that sound like? You know what I'm saying? So if that's what we're talking about, and so in that regard, every movie, whether it be Blow, whether it be fucking Scarface, it's always the right hand man that wants your bitch, wants your status. What?
Blow might be the most fucked up storyline I've ever seen. Because it was at every turn. That nigga mom couldn't. That nigga mom was giving him up.
Man, look here.
It was only his dad, man.
Only his pops.
Only person he had, man.
Only his pops.
That's like that.
And so that's the shit I be looking at. It's like, all right, man. In biz, niggas show who they are in business. You gotta trust that
Completely.
And to Joe,
philosophies are different.
To both Joe and Charlemagne though, because they both gave Kanye so much shit. They both gave Dame so much shit. They both gave Hove, especially Joe, early in his career. He's come around now, but he's had to go through the journey of becoming an owner of something. The employees have a completely different mindset. Talking to an owner of something, the finesse is a little different, so the conversation changes. Now it's like, if you notice on the show, now it's slowly like, oh, I get where Ye's coming from. Because you hear it now. Because you're going into Spotify and they talking to you crazy for something that you watched build it. And the world knows you built it and you're not going to be able to do shit about it. Kanye jumped over the jump, man, and Nike's like, yeah, we ain't going to pay you like that, fam. You bugging. Fuck your ideas. He marches ass out of there, go right over Adidas and run it the fuck up.
Shit, his biggest thing was breaking into the fashion industry because they say, nigga, they put a fucking stiff arm out from a long distance. Their arm is across the lot. You damn right. We filter this properly, bro. You ain't just gonna come in here with your ideas, black man. Fuck you think you are, and that's what Spotify's doing to Joe. You helped us write this contract, but who do you think you are? And so now that nigga's feeling the pressure of being an owner. You know, and so I just like, while I'm with you, I wish they would have started. I wish all of everybody would come together to do what Tyler Perry did in Atlanta and do one in New York and do one in LA and do one in the Bay. Shout out to Tyler Perry, by the way. He officially become a billionaire.
And niggas keep talking about, I don't really care for his...
That's billionaire on the books, though.
I don't care for his movies. I care if you like Tyler Perry's movies, nigga. Who doing what Tyler Perry doing? Don't talk to me about if you like this man movies, bro.
His grind is unbelievable.
Unreal.
Niggas keep having the wrong conversation.
Only him and what's the other one? The lady from Harry Potter has that story.
The actual writer?
The actual writer.
Yeah. Damn, where was I? Oh, was moving to the optics of black people, but black men specifically, having disagreements publicly, and how valuable that is to particular platforms. Detroit 2, Big Sean, is an incredible album.
Yes.
I stand by that. I know people are all over the place about how they feel about it, and I haven't been the biggest Sean stan either. So, but Detroit 1 and Detroit 2, some of my favorite moments in music ever, and I want to be mindful of like my bias to the process. That shit's hard to do, and it's expensive, and there's hella moving parts, and you're honestly never done. Like, it's never enough. So take all that into it, and it may create some sort of bias for how I feel about the record. But we land in Vegas, and that's all we got on all the whole trip. And I'm listening to a clear, healthy sounding black man attempt to rap about being healthy and doing the work to be spiritually healthy over fire ass beats. Salute to Hit Boy,
Cause I got
Mike
all the hits,
Will.
boy.
It's hella. The production on that album is incredible. Key Wayne, shout out to Key Wayne. God damn, Key Wayne's a fucking legend. I'm listening to a black man attempt to rap about being spiritually healthy on a rap album in 2020.
Bro, we talked about it with Chance, man. You can't talk about your wife. You can't talk about spirituality.
Your kids, your God. You can't. No, don't you dare rap about being healthy, black man.
You can't be healthy, man.
We need destruction. We need trauma. We need you
toxic.
killing it. We need toxic. Don't you dare sound healthy.
Or you could just present hella questions. Don't get no answers.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Or you cannot say nothing at all.
Yeah. Just present questions.
Help me understand. And so I set that up that way to let y'all know how I got there. I'm listening to Sean and I'm like, yo, this shit is amazing. And then I'm like, well, wait. Aren't words hella powerful? Did we not watch Biggie and Pac play accomplices in their deaths? No, R.I.P. to the legends, man. But goddamn, can we have a real discussion about how twisted 90s rap was? I see death around the corner. I'm ready to die. Whoa! Words aren't powerful? And so if that...
Listen, anything Juice WRLD said, anything that Triple X said...
Bruh, Mac Miller's Faces.
Just keep going down the list.
Mac Miller's Faces is one of my favorite albums ever. The entire thing is about overdosing. Bruh's gone. And so this is not a knock on the dead. Please forgive me if it sounds that way. This is 100% on us and trying to understand how the fuck they make dying look so cool to these babies, bro. These are babies we're talking about that are listening to these shits going, oh, dying is fly. And thereby going to rap and regurgitate everything that they're hearing and manifesting death. Hove rapped about being a billionaire since Reasonable Doubt. Hey, it happened. Prophecy. Ye, I still don't get why niggas are so surprised by where Ye is at. He's been saying this same fucking thing since college.
Bro, literally has been on the exact same hype.
And everybody's like, I don't get it. You wasn't listening. You couldn't have been listening. That's that active listening shit we talking about. It's like, oh, niggas don't be listening for real because you just wouldn't be surprised. So, okay. So here Sean is talking about the optics and the impact and the trauma of losing Nip, how heartbreaking that was. Let me reach out to Kendrick because we don't even have no real beef. Let me just patch this shit up. And niggas was like, nah, we wanted a diss track. We wanted... For what, man? Why is traumatic experience between black peoples, primarily black men, why is that shit so valuable to spaces of entertainment? And no one can answer that. And so to Spillage Village is getting ready to drop. They just dropped their first single. Salute to Mariba, JID, Earth Gang. Salute that whole fucking crew.
Yeah, that's gonna be dope.
Black ain't never looked so fly. Storytelling ain't never looked so good. Spillage Village, y'all bodying it. SZA just dropped TDE. Salute
Amazing.
to y'all. Dreamville as a whole, salute to y'all.
Yes.
Odd Future, when y'all figure y'all shit out, cool. Cactus Jack, everybody down there with Travis, y'all look amazing.
We just said Tyler Perry.
Just said Tyler Perry and that whole collective. Misha Green and everybody working on Lovecraft Country right now, y'all look amazing. Lena Waithe, everything you're doing is amazing. Jordan Peele, salute to you. Joe, I'm riding with you. Y'all gonna figure that shit out. It's a bunch of black people doing the most insane shit right now.
Grand National.
Salute to
Doing amazing.
Grand fucking National.
Definitely.
It never looked this fly to be a part of something. And you can go so much further. Let me tell y'all, you can go so much further working with your folks. That's back to the conversation earlier and what I was trying to explain to Poe last night. Nigga, the first album I got to do with a label, who's the first person you hear on that record? It's Poe. Last Marauder, the first thing you hear is fucking Poe. Don't tell me I don't value your words, my nigga. And don't take them to heart. I hear everything niggas is saying. I'm coachable. I told Coach a long time ago. It's probably like 7th grade. Nigga, if I got to guard the biggest nigga on the floor, the littlest nigga on the floor, I just want to be able to stay on the floor. So fuck a position. What do you need me to do? Guard the 5? Cool. Guard the 1? Cool. I don't care. I just want to be able to stay on the floor. The serviceable niggas get to stay on the floor. That's what we talked about the B-Walk about. Just being a few years too early for the positionless basketball.
Man.
You're the perfect prototype for that.
Man.
I just watched Robert Covington play the 5 for a whole fucking series against the Lakers.
Good time.
I just want to be on the floor. Coach, where you need me to go? That's how I am with my niggas. Hey, every time you've told me something in the studio, haven't I done it?
Yeah.
All in the name of wanting to create the best experience via our art. I don't know it all, and I can't see it all. So there's so much more value for us as black, and this is not even just in creative spaces, in collaboration as a whole, like trying to be business owners. Yo, who credit A1? Who can get this loan right now? Can we put in enough of a pot right now to go put something down on a commercial space and get an actual proper loan together? 8 of us is manageable. The fucking bread I blow on Uber and eating out every week is a fucking payment on a commercial space in the pot of a collective. Let's go get something. Like it's basic economics and collaboration for black people, but the trick is making our tension so fucking valuable that niggas go, hey, bruh, let's come up with a public beef to drive the conversation. Hey, yay, 50, y'all go at each other for Curtis versus Graduation. Now forever, I can't listen to Curtis the way I want to because I needed Graduation to win. When Quiet is Kept, Curtis is not a bad album. But the experience is tainted by 2 of my favorite niggas going at each other. Now I got to pick a side.
That's definitely when he honed in his Ja Rule-ness, though.
Hold on. Jane Hancock, this is Monty Draper from the Meet the Brave podcast. You are on the podcast right now. Say something to the people.
Hello, everyone.
Sis, how are you?
How are y'all?
Hello. What's going on?
Hey.
How are you?
I'm good. I see that you're currently occupied right now. Do you want to hit me later?
Yeah, but real quick, because you have an album coming, can you real quick just drop the name and tell everybody who produced on it and just the process of making it real quick. This is perfect.
Yes. So my album is called For Real. It'll be out October 2nd. For Real. It'll be everywhere. Shout out to my guy Mars, who executive produced it. Shout out to Grand National for the creative direction. And I'm excited.
You're the best. Are you good though? Did you need something?
Yeah. No, I'm literally currently at church, and I was gonna calling you about Sunday. So that's all I was saying. I will hit you after praise and worship.
Hey, pray for me.
I will.
All right. But Jane's so tight.
Mm-hmm.
But that right there exactly is what I'm talking about. Working in unison, working in collaboration. It's just efficient. That's all. And so if you can't get with anything other than the efficiency and the concept of going farther, and even if you are selfish or rooted in an individual mindset, how much further you as an individual can leverage being a part of a collective. If that's your shit.
Right.
But I'm telling you, y'all, nothing feel like this. Being a part of something. And not having any limitations in terms of what you can say, how you can say it, the means and resources you can obtain to execute. That's all. And that shit all came from the Kendrick Sean shit. Who, I mean, you gotta go Drake, and then but I feel like it's just those three, right? And then Cole, excuse me. So them four are in that conversation just as that class. And then the two who probably should fuck with each other the most don't. It's just weird. For what? All for nothing? I don't know, man.
Yeah, I just think that might just be the most thorough of individuals. So I think it's just a matter of like everybody else catching up to what that nigga be doing.
Yeah. And then,
but he also has a hell of a collective around him
Yeah.
to make sure that he doesn't ever get off of that track.
That's all. It's the structure. And it's probably other niggas we'll never even know that are in those sessions that are fueling the conversations that are leading to those songs. Conceptually, nobody's better than Kendrick.
That's also LA shit too. Like LA niggas talk a certain type of way where it can probably throw off other people that's not from that area because they do kind of like roast niggas and like
that's a yeah, nigga, get your roast game up.
Exactly.
Nigga.
So the way that they talk to you may make you feel like if you like just like an overly positive type nigga that they never been talked to that way. Like exactly. Like so niggas be doing that shit just out of fun, but they can rub you.
Oh man! Salute to all the black men and women working together.
Cause this man Elijah got to tell you about when he was in the South for school and he was living with the LA cats, bro. The stories that he could tell you about that shit, bro, is funny as hell.
Man, I've had my experience with the LA niggas. Salute to all of them though.
For sure.
California's on, or not California, the West Coast as a whole is on fire. To the lives that were lost.
You came back when that was going on?
Yeah, I got off the plane to it.
Okay.
And then you were a couple days.
I came back when we had the orange sky.
That you got back that day?
Yeah.
That was creepy.
Yeah, so I got off in there like the whole apocalypse shit was going on. So I was like, I might need to turn around.
Man, you was on the plane when that shit was...
Bro, like I was watching Dark Waters, and I got off the plane, and that's what I walked into. I was like, oh yeah, we at the end. It's official.
I woke up that day. I had a crazy day, but we were up. Watching the baby and she takes her nap at like 7 a.m. And so I doze off and then wake up at like 9 something and freak the fuck out because the phone said like 9:06 or something like that. And I was like, at night, nigga, what is going on? It was pitch black still. And it completely bugged me out.
Yeah, it was about 5:30 for most of the day until it turned to 8:30.
Yeah.
So that was just like... Yeah. Interesting, man. It was a wild day.
It made me that 30 days a night that's in in Alaska. Like I wouldn't survive it. Like in terms of just like being able to be productive and shit. Cause the dark outside told my body that nigga you kick it all day.
Yeah, no, you got to be from out there for that shit though.
Yeah.
You can't visit Alaska and be out there for 30 days a night and think you about to survive it.
Or 30 Days of Light.
Yeah,
Don't they have both?
30 Days of Light
they
too.
get both,
yeah.
huh?
Yep.
Yeah. I
Damn,
couldn't do neither one.
What would you do with 30 Days of Light, bro?
Go insane. Because I probably would not sleep.
So would the night be easier for you than the day would?
No, neither one of them motherfuckers.
I was about to say,
Both of them had like the extremes because I'm thinking of just being in Spokane where we had fucking snow for 8 months out of the year, and how that treated, like how my mood switched. Like I literally could not get myself up.
It's
like there was just no energy. Like
I'm
it was
in the day.
Yeah, but it was just no energy though. Like your personality is off. You know, like it's just dull.
Man.
But then you'll have 3 months where it's just like bright ass, hot as fuck, and you just got all this energy or whatever. But you gotta go back into that weird season.
So do we know, outside of the gender reveal, do we know how the other fires started? Like, cause I just, the news is just a lot, man.
No, the fires initially was from lightning, supposedly. So when we had all those thunderstorms, the lightning was starting that shit because we weren't having. It wasn't like we were having rain along with that.
Just dry,
It was dry
and
thunderstorms.
Wow.
Yeah. So like it was hitting the field supposedly. I mean, at this point, I know you start fires in order to, like, they have to start fires anyway, and like naturally they start fires, but that's not what this one was. I think we were under attack. Yeah, this was what was that shit? War of the Worlds, where they just kept doing lightning in one spot. And they was like having the aliens come in and shit like that. That's how this was going. Yeah. They was attacking us all over the place.
So which one was the San Bernardino one started by the gender reveal?
I think so.
I think so, yeah.
A gender reveal.
Yeah, it's got to stop now.
No. You're not gonna do that to me. Stop.
It's important and all, bro, but come on, man.
Y'all not gonna stop. Y'all not gonna cancel the gender reveal baby showers before I get to wear my Burberry shirt, my nigga. Y'all got me fucked up.
I know, but you can wear your Burberry though. Just don't
don't
start fireworks, my nigga. Like,
I was about to say, just don't be holding tiki torches or something.
Bro, they did fireworks in the middle of a dry forest, bro. Like, it's just, and it was literally just to tell you that you having a boy. Like, I know it's a big deal and shit, but
everything gets a rollout.
Come on, man.
Everything gets a rollout now. We're all a brand, bro.
No, I think the coldest thing about that though, and it's warranted, but they might catch the ratchet on that one though. Like,
really?
Yeah, like it's millions worth of damage for that. So that's gonna end up transferring over like to jail time or whatever the fuck they do. Because who about to just be forking over meals?
Bruh, sitting in jail because you had a gender reveal party,
man.
Bro, but look how much came from it, bro. You almost ended this.
Yeah.
Off of a gender reveal.
True. Shit, it's still smoky.
That shit's still going.
True.
And we already have fire, so it's just it's not a good time for that, folks. So let's go back to the pop the balloon, cut the cake,
throw the water balloon.
Cut the cake is safe.
You know, like
safe man.
Safe man. I'm safe man.
So, Lex, last night, it just got out of hand, basically. But there was like pockets of conversations. So Neek and Martina, they're standing in the middle. I see them scanning the backyard, but I'm like, damn, what are they doing? So Elle and I don't know what we're talking about, but we just kicking it.
Yeah.
And they go, yeah, y'all safe over here. The rest of this shit look a little tense. And I was like, wait a minute. We the safe niggas at the club? And for people that don't understand what that means, it's like there's a balance, right? Like, cause you want to feel safe. Yeah. Like you want, but
I always feel safe, but nah, bro, I'm dangerous, bro.
I'm dangerous though, nigga. You got me fucked up. Like, I'm safe,
bro.
Safe, brother.
Bro, Buddy always be talking about that though, bro. Like do I just got the face where like an old lady need to pull up on me and just like helping with their groceries, bro? Like,
bro, but what is it like? How do I not look dangerous, bro? It's bothering me now. Now it's a thing. It's like, no, you safe, man. Like, I don't know. My brain equates that with friend zone, but it's like it's totally okay.
Bro,
but
that safe thing was hilarious, man, because it was just official. Like they really just hovered by us.
it's like, yeah, nah, y'all, it's safe over here. Like, that's great.
Like, damn, man, we got to change our conversation, bro. Like, we need to start talking. We need to be talking some more gun talk, man.
Battle raps. I really like this title, but I'm so afraid to get into it. Identity crisis. Identifying yourself by who you're fucking.
Yes.
Jeez.
I've had a crash course in it, man. Like, I just don't know, like, when it switched over. It's probably been a thing for a while, and I just wasn't on, like, the inside circle of that shit to really understand it much. This is probably my beef with LA, too, though, but like the fact that folks are actually going around and they are being identified by who they fuck with or who they fucked. So like it'll be a woman, right? And she's known as, oh yeah, well she's fucking such and such.
That's how she gets introduced.
That's how she gets introduced.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
oh yeah, well shit. Now I should have a higher level of like fuck with her or something like that, or be cool with her. Because she fuck with James Harden, or she fuck with that's like shit,
Such and such, baby.
yeah, that's such and such. Oh, she, he got a girl, but like that's who he be fucking with.
Yeah.
And be like, I bet, but and like I just don't get like the variations of it.
It's a commodity in some places, bro.
I get it now. But I just didn't understand it because that was literally like an introduction for all women.
That's how they do you. Oh, that's like, why are you telling me that? What is it? What is that for? What like? But maybe you said this weeks ago. Or it was either you or B that was like, niggas literally go around and try to follow behind anything you did. Like that's a thing too.
That's true. That's true.
Hey, I don't know. It's a commodity somewhere, and it's weird though. It's a weird thing.
I just don't get it because like that's why I put identity crisis on it, because I was like, okay, so I wonder if that's how they move. Like, is that like their claim to fame right now?
Yes. That was the point I was trying to make.
Okay, so their claim to fame is that I'm fucking such and such, or like because it was like, oh well, she used to fuck Drake. And I'm like, I'm pretty sure there's a lot of bitches that used to fuck Drake. So like, take a number. Cool. But like, but I just didn't get like oh shit. So now she's gonna forever be the person that used to fuck Drake.
Well, look at
does she have any other qualities?
Did you see the Adam 22 spinoff with the 3 chicks?
Yeah.
That's what that is.
That's all their leverage is that they fuck celebrities.
Oh, okay. Now I've seen
and talk about it.
Yeah.
Is that the Odell Beckham thing?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And that's the other thing too. Like,
oh, that's a high. That has a lot of views right now, huh? Like what? Everybody cares about that right now.
They started a whole spin-off show based off of those chicks' banter, bro.
Because Adam 22.
So they're the new Barstool show.
It's not. I don't think Adam 22 is not Barstool. No.
No, I mean, but they're the new the show that left that or whatever.
Yeah, basically.
Okay. Interesting.
And it through his platform.
It's through his platform. Yeah. Tactfully, what can you say? But it's disgusting, and the only people on the other end of it are black people, black men specifically, and I don't know how to defend it because
we're getting easier and easier, man.
Tart licks, and so like as mad as I want to be at those women, I want to be mad at the guys and hold them accountable. Like, bro, what are you doing?
But then it goes back to what Elle said what you said. Some niggas, they want to fuck the chick that the other nigga fuck.
Facts.
And sometimes they be fucking the other chick, asking the chick, how am I doing compared to the nigga?
Bro, that's sick.
Bro, I almost spit on my coffee, bro. I almost spit on my coffee, bro. That
like if we about to go dark,
let's take it there. That's sicko.
That's sicko mode.
Jeez. All right, I guess I do want to be safe, man.
Bro, niggas can't ever get that wild, bro. Like, I refuse to even listen to a story that has to do with some shit like that. Like, that's beyond the pillow talk bullshit. Like, now, nigga, how is my fuck compared to such and such?
Oh, yeah.
That's what we doing?
Welcome to the party life.
Because, okay, and the reason I came to that conclusion is, if you know this chick, as soon as you fuck, there's no way that she's not going to take pictures of you, post it, tell everybody what you guys did. The only reason you would want to do that is because you know the other nigga did it.
That's true. Damn, so that's the only reason why they fucking with that, what is that, Powell chick or whatever she is?
Yeah.
Selena Powell.
Yeah, Selena Powell. Like, that's the only reason why they're doing that shit, I guess, huh?
Because in their mind, it makes them just as equal to whoever that person she fucked. Oh, if Snoop fucked her and I fucked her, I'm just
Snoop?
like Snoop.
I'm Snoop.
That's sick, man.
Damn.
I'm getting sad.
The power of the puss. Damn.
All right, man.
Hey,
Travis Scott.
Fellas, we simple, man. We gotta stop doing that shit. Hey, hold your balls, fellas. Hold your balls. It ain't worth it.
Oh man. Any because I want to hurry up and get to Lovecraft. Enough of the shenanigans. But Travis, real quick, any thoughts about his McDonald's collab?
I fuck with the power play. Mm-hmm. That's about as much as I'm gonna tell you.
That's it though.
That's all I'm gonna say.
That's where it stopped.
Yeah, because I fuck with the power play. It's a big move, and I fuck with the fact that Travis is now that type of brand that you want to be connected with. Yeah, you want to be connected with. So I fuck with him taking over that part.
That's where it stops.
But that's where it stops.
Got you.
That's where it stops.
Salute to Travis. Y'all keep working. That whole team over there is doing insane shit. Atlanta seasons 3 and 4 have been postponed. The taping of them due to COVID. I hope that being on the crew can figure that out. We could really use that right now.
What y'all surprised by?
You are surprised by that? You said you're surprised by that?
Yeah. I mean, I'm pretty sure it's not going to actually. I don't know if it's actually going to be filmed in Europe, but if it's going to be filmed in Europe, then you should be able to do it.
Oh, is that where it's getting filmed at?
That's where the next season is.
No, but Europe still isn't allowing travel. That's the thing.
Oh, they're still cutting off travel. Okay, that makes sense.
That's I think that's what.
So Americans still can't go over there.
Exactly.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah. All right. Lovecrafters unite.
Okay.
This is where if you're not watching Lovecraft, you can jump off the pod. There will be spoilers. We will talk about it in full, and we're through episodes 1 through 4. Fellas,
Before we start on that, can I just say one quick thing?
Yeah.
And this thing it's something that I guess it just hit me like last week. I've been asking people like, "Oh, do you fuck with Lovecraft?" And then I've heard people say, "Oh, I'm not watching it because, with these times that we're in, and just like, they're starting to picture like, all white people to be bad, and then, are they connected back to Watchmen?" and say that. And it really got me, secretly it got me hot. And the reason it got me hot is because I don't know for how long
you've had to sit through
black people being gangsters in movies.
Yeah.
And them saying, and for that, even our Brown brothers, they're cartel drug dealers.
Yeah.
And if we really want to start going deep, the only time white people were bad guys is when they were the evil corporate person.
Yeah.
And they still didn't really get their hands dirty.
And they still had money and look fly.
Yeah.
And get the girl.
And so you're telling me you're not
they're
watching.
They're only capable of white collar crimes.
Yeah. And so you're telling me you're not watching this show because, it makes
you're being villainized right now. And you don't know how to take it. See, I'm glad you said that. Because you hang around a bunch of filmmakers. Out of nowhere, I'm around a bunch of filmmakers now, and that's the conversation that they've been having, bro. That's crazy. I didn't even pull that out as a means to talk about, but that's a really good point. The things we have to do to just engage with basic content, from music to film to podcasts, we got to kind of sort of like break past another wall to sort of see ourselves in it, if that's your thing. Some that's not for a lot of people, but for me,
Yeah, you gotta navigate some other type of egos.
yeah, I want to relate to this story a little bit, right? But what if the characters aren't relatable? What if none of these characters represent me in this thing? And we've been doing that from the beginning of time. I just showed the little homie, we just showed him Dennis the Menace for the first time. And I know that movie word for word. It's not a fucking black soul in that movie. It's interesting. It's an interesting thing, the amount of things we've consumed where there is zero representation for us ever. Mm-hmm. And now something that is on borderline phenomenon, and you hear white, and this is strictly for the filmmakers, because I've heard filmmakers say this.
Yeah, and that's
yeah, I just don't. It's just a little bit uncomfortable. White people being the villains like that. All right, man. And you for you not to see, the irony in that statement is like, oh, you don't get it for real at this point. Like if you can fix your lips to say that, you truly don't understand.
And if we want to go even deeper, if you're watching something, well, this is the way I want to make films. Mm-hmm. If you're not watching it and feeling something, then I failed.
Exactly.
So if you're watching a show like Lovecraft, if you're watching something like Watchmen and you don't feel nothing,
it's a failure.
Then they failed.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're scared to feel something, then that means you've been pre-auditioned to the wrong type of films.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's just been me as a creator. It's like making me feel like some type of way. So the meaning you want to make shit, and you're saying you don't want to watch something because it makes you feel something.
Yeah, that comes down to, and it goes so much deeper than just the films or the artistry itself, because that's a reflection of the times and a reflection of our world. And truly what it comes down to and what it has been explained as is the American dream that you were used to is something that you want. It's almost like a veil that you've put over the U.S. or just over America, and that's where you live within. So you live within your own thoughts and feelings and dreams of the American dream. And all of this is telling you that shit's been nasty out here for a certain group of people. But all you want to see is just one variation of it, which was how you were taught about it in textbooks, what your parents have told you, what you see on your blocks, you know what I mean, like stuff like that. So it's just like that's why it's unfathomable to white people that all this stuff is going on with the police. Like, how could they be? How can they be villainized like this when they're protecting us? Like, they've been protecting us. So what are you talking about? You got to be doing something wrong in order to find yourself in these situations. Like, it can't always just be the police.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So we're literally living in a parallel universe with white people. Oh. They're looking at this thing completely different than we are. And truthfully, in my book, this is me once again, being me, but I don't think it's our job to bring them over to our side.
No. You're absolutely right. And that's why Lovecraft is so great.
Yes.
It's taking a stance on storytelling and being like, oh, you have gone out of your way to go, you're not welcome here, and we're not going to accommodate you and write you into these stories. So guess what? We're not going to accommodate you and write you into these stories the way you want to be written into them.
Completely.
And that's why I didn't realize it till y'all started talking today. That's why I love Lovecraft. It's the first time in forever that there isn't this attempt to massage white people into the story and not make them feel uncomfortable.
Well, you remember what I said when I first saw Lovecraft? Is what I was saying was that it was like they took us in our mentality right now and put us back in the older times. So now we're not just succumbing to the times. We're actually we're actually going forward. We're not like, by falling back and like just succumbing to what was going on. Nah, we're actually leading a actual movement.
Absolutely.
In the middle of y'all being nuts. Yeah. Like, it's showing just how nuts this shit has been. But that's the extreme times. Like, now it's just fucking, it's covert. But back then, it was literally okay to have fucking sundown counties. Yeah. That shit was okay. It was okay when the fucking sun went down for you to hang us from a tree. That was okay for you. Yeah. And everybody just was like, okay, yeah, we're just...
That's the law.
You know? It was okay for me to go eat on the outside window while y'all chilling on the inside of this building. Yeah. In the AC. Yeah. I had to go eat in the alleyway. Man. That was okay. Like, so that's that type of shit, bro. Like, I love it. It was okay for you to just park outside of my house and put the fucking tie the brick to the damn to the horn. Even though y'all live on this block too, it was okay for y'all just to do that shit and just allow that to just ring on and on and on for days, weeks. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, so I think I thought the biggest part for me was when they threw a party while that shit was going on. Mm-hmm.
A function.
That's some shit.
A function.
Full on function.
Bro.
Like, pull up.
Well, lead actor's name, Jonathan Majors, maybe? Yeah. Bro's phenomenal. 5 Bloods. He bodied that shit.
Atticus?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, he's engaging, bro. Like, he commands a room every time he walks in that motherfucker.
You had a note.
Oh, my note was like, I wouldn't be mad if they do. If they are thinking about like just finding a new actor for Black Panther.
Thinking about him. I'm not mad at that. I think anybody else is way too high profile, and I think that's what it was about Chadwick. Like, his persona didn't overtake the storyline, right? So if you try to put an Idris in there, you try to go do something like that where it's like, nah, that don't really make sense. And I think that's why he's bodying Lovecraft too, because we don't know enough of him to go. I just, these characters that are this special, they kind of have to have this anonymity that just the big names aren't afforded right now, especially because they're from an era where celebrity was the thing as opposed to the acting. And he's bodying the acting on this shit. Like, it don't have nothing to do with nothing else other than he's a really great actor.
My question is he American or is he going to come out with an accent, man?
I think he's American.
Nah, okay.
I hope so. Yeah.
All right. I was about to say, man, we can't have another one.
You guys talk. I'm gonna check.
Be from fucking Britain.
We were talking about
bodying our lingo.
Dill, Neek. Shout out Dill, Neek, Bree, and Amber. We were like nerding out at the part. Like, that was pretty tight too, to have like a nerd session about Lovecraft. Mm-hmm. And Dill and Amber pointed out the hidden gems of episode 3.
Graduated from Yale.
Jonathan Majors did?
Yeah.
Bruh's hella okay. That explains it.
So let's see.
Okay. Yeah, it's hella gems for sure. I'm gonna go back and watch him.
He's from California.
There we go. We got one.
From where?
Lompoc.
We got one, man.
So
I'll take it.
There we go. Any I don't know. How did y'all feel about episode 4? Do you have it? Because they did only 8 episodes, right, for the season, right? Or is it 10?
I didn't even check. I'm scared to check. Because whatever they said, I was going to be like, that's not enough. So.
Yes.
Or no, maybe, okay, this is going to reveal. Maybe P-Valley was only 8, and I'm confused on the two.
P-Valley is only 8.
Yeah.
Did you watch P-Valley?
For sure.
Did you watch P-Valley?
I started it. I haven't finished it yet.
You finished?
That's for sure a guilty pleasure, man.
I'm not ashamed of it. And I don't want to call it a guilty pleasure, but it does feel that way.
It's definitely a guilty pleasure.
It's a really good show.
It is.
It's a really good show.
It is. I hope they don't power us, but it's a really good show.
I have a strange feeling that they don't have any choice but to power us. I want to encourage the writers.
Hopefully, they can hold out as long as possible before they power us.
I want to encourage the writers of P Valley to push the bar because y'all got a great product. Salute to y'all. That's it. Like I just really like the show.
Hey, Monty, have you ever had somebody openly tell you that they was trying to 360 you?
I'm just laughing at the way L said it. Hey, Money, you ever?
Did they present the 360 to you?
So this is sad, but yes, it happens more than you think.
Really?
Because you're not supposed to know what a 360 sounds like, right? So it's like, oh man, we want to help you. We want to obviously we want to do the music, like we're gonna do it, and that's how it always goes, to do the music. But the podcast, man. Oh, and the shows. Oh man, and aren't you a writer too? Oh, we can help you with all of that.
You can put that on the umbrella.
Wait, what? So you want to get a piece of everything? Yeah. And had I been any dumber, God, I'd be on by now. You win some, you lose some. Where are we at? Lovecraft, episode 4. You guys fucked with it?
Yeah, I gotta go back and watch it. I told you my mind is screwed.
Oh, Tenet.
Yeah, Tenet screwed my mind, so I gotta go back and watch it.
You saw it too?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I gotta watch it
Okay,
again.
you guys are ruining it. I'm gonna watch it. I promise I'm gonna watch it. Then what do we have about Lovecraft? We just love where it's at. Any expectations going forth? You just want to see?
I'm just letting it roll.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm interested in the witch lady because I feel like she's going to get whatever the hell she's looking for.
Oh, without a doubt.
I'm interested in the witch lady and
The dad.
what's going on with the sister now.
The sister seems obvious, right? She's just a pawn and doesn't know that she's a pawn, and then she's gonna figure out that she's a pawn, and she's gonna be like the hero of it. That's what I feel like is gonna happen.
And see, part of me thinks she's gonna figure out she's a pawn, but it might be too late, and then she's fucked.
Stick to it.
No. It's gonna be too late when she figures it out. Like they're gonna get what they want via her, but once she figures out that they used her, it's gonna bring her and her sister back together. Is what I'm calling.
And see, that's where I'm like, it's gonna try to bring them back together,
And it's gonna be too late.
And when I'm saying too late, like,
Oh, you mean that?
she might die, and then the other sister has this guilt and other shit that
Got you.
we have to deal with in
Got you.
season 2
Got you.
because she pushed her to that.
And so that was the other thing I was saying too. It's going a little too well. So some catastrophic shit has to happen in the next few episodes. Like it's just going too well. With the exception of losing the uncle. Like,
yeah, I was gonna say it's just, the second episode is what set off everything. So they just try to have this chill a little bit.
Yeah, and then the uncle's wife and what she's about to figure out and how much of an asset is she going to be to the team or how much of a hindrance is she going to be to the team.
I think she's full blown hindrance.
Do you think so?
I think once she gets out there and gets like some details on some shit, she's here to fuck some. She's here to fuck it up.
Yeah,
because she lost him over that shit. So I think that is probably gonna put a wrench in everybody's plans. I did rock with letting Atticus know that he ain't the only one going through this shit.
Facts.
Yeah.
Facts.
I love every time she boss up.
Why you keep acting like you the only one that's went through shit? Like,
bro,
the way she delivered that line was perfect.
She is acting her ass off. It's just unfortunate that Jesse's her brother. But Juicy
Smollett. Hey, Dave is a genius, bro.
He really is, man.
So, do you guys think that the uncle is the dad?
He is the dad.
The uncle's the dad, but I think I did like what Amber's talking about with the dad though, like the dad potentially being what's the name?
Amber was on some whole.
She was bodying some shit.
Yeah,
like,
shout out to Am.
I don't know every time she watched it or that's like what but she got some real gems.
She got some
in
real
there.
gems. We gotta have. Matter of fact, is she up? Let's see. See if she's up.
Yeah, because she got some shit to throw out there. But yeah, Lovecraft, amazing. We are Lovecrafters to the end. Keep bodying scripts and shit, man. Yeah. Like the freedom to do so. Mm-hmm. Hopefully that opens up the door.
Cut. You're on the pod. Don't say anything crazy.
What's up?
Where's Amber?
She. Where's she at? I think at the house.
Oh shit. Okay, I was trying to get her Lovecraft take.
Oh shit. Good luck with that.
No, what you
It's gonna be a long one. She thinks too like the white.
There you
chick
go.
and the white man is the same person.
Should wait, say it again, cut.
She thinks the white chick and the white man is the same person. The little blonde haired chick. And the nigga will be stomping on niggas.
But wait, I love how Freak is breaking it down because the way Amber was kicking it, they're saying the same thing just in two totally different ways, by the way. So I just want to point that out.
Nah, because Freak done got that theory off.
Yeah.
Hella times now. So he just like, bro, just like.
I don't know about that one, bro. But
Hey, have you?
I guess they read the book, and I said in the book, I guess it's supposed to be a man or some shit like that. But it's possible.
Have y'all seen Splice?
The old movie?
Yeah, the movie with Adrian Broner when
Nah. I ain't seen
Yeah,
it.
when he's in love with the little weird.
so you telling me that's what she is? Like she could switch back and forth between the genders?
Bro, I'm so lost in the whole
It's highly possible though, because when in the second episode when they pulled up to the house, that car was there and they said that she was gone.
And do they ever show both of them at the same time?
That's what she kept saying. Amber kept saying they'd never show them at the same time.
Never.
I thought bro was gone when everybody became a statue.
Yeah.
But I don't know. See, I got a different take. I don't know about that, but that's a possibility now that I think about it.
Man, I don't know. Y'all dropping gems, cause I'm gonna hit you after.
All right.
All right, love you, boy.
All right, man.
Oh man, no, it was a really good day, and I was so happy that everybody fucked with that show as much as like, it's just good. It's just good to have. So we got a group thread. It's getting started tonight before the show. Be sure to add you on it. Talk a lot of shit.
Yes, sir.
Anybody want to be a part of our Lovecraft fan club? Let us know. We can add you.
For sure.
Are we starting that now?
Yeah, man.
It started as soon as I said Lovecrafters.
Lovecrafters unite.
Lovecrafters unite. Everybody get your think pieces off.
Lex Bub, you had one more note. You want to do that before we go?
Let's see. Is it bad I don't never remember my notes?
No.
Raised by Wolves. Have you guys fucked with that show?
Not yet. I keep seeing it.
Um,
The visuals of it.
yeah, it's
It's like robots or some shit.
so it's without giving any spoilers. It's basically two androids.
AIs.
Yeah, and they raising human babies.
Oh wow.
And like you'll figure this out in the very first episode, but they leave Earth because on Earth there's a huge war between believers, the people that believe in this religion called Sun God, and atheists.
Mm-hmm.
So the atheists send the two androids out there with like kids in pods, and basically androids grow the kids. And it's all about that shit. But
That's creepy.
yeah, it's creepy as fuck. And Scott
Ripple?
Wrigley Ripple, I can never remember his last name.
Scott, really Scott?
Wrigley Scott, yeah.
Really?
Oh, it's his shit?
Yeah, it's his shit.
Bro, he got so many thoughts on
Wait, really Scott did, that's not Breaking Bad.
Aliens.
He did Prometheus.
Yeah, did Prometheus
Okay,
and Aliens
okay.
and all that. And he directs the first two, and then his son directs episodes 3 and 4.
Okay.
But
What?
it's real interesting.
What's it on?
It's HBO Max. HBO.
HBO's body and shit
Yeah,
right
they
now.
are.
All right. Well, that's what is that?
Do
Raised
y'all-
by Wolves?
Do y'all,
Raised by Wolves.
do y'all are y'all entertaining that theory that that Adam and Eve was from another planet and they were the android that ended the dinosaurs?
I'm not ruling it out. I just what do you want from me, man? What do you want from me? I'm staying fluid. Like whatever.
I was staying fluid is the best response to anything,
I'm staying fluid, bro. I'm not gonna say it's wrong, but nigga, I don't know. Can we make it cool going forward to be like, hey, I just don't know,
bro. I'm staying fluid.
I
Is the
wanted to
best
have- I wanted-
response
G,
I've heard, man.
I literally was searching inwardly for an answer and was like, anything would be a lie, bro. I don't
I
know.
know, way before our time.
Oh. BC? 600 BC, nigga. I don't know, Lex.
Oh shit.
Oh man,
Oh man.
But yeah, if you
I'm
got-
staying fluid, bro.
I'm staying fluid.
But if you got time, check that shit out. Like I said, it's some sci-fi shit because he like, it's like he want. You can tell it's always what he wanted to do, and now he doesn't got to cut himself down to 2 hours. So he's like, oh, this shit's about to go wherever I want it to go, and then some.
All right, and then my last theory that I want to throw out is that you have to mess with somebody in a lower weight class.
I knew I was missing one. What does that mean, G? What does that mean?
You know where I got that from?
Uh-huh.
Tori's response to Big.
But wait, I was forgetting something and completely forgot about Tori's apology.
That's what I got from it. Because
wait, so you talking about that from a guy's perspective?
Yes, from a guy's perspective, and then from a woman's perspective, somebody that's larger. Yeah, somebody that's larger. Yeah, gotcha. It's a must. Because like I think the mentality doesn't match. Like you could have the biggest ego that you want to have, but you a little nigga.
This thing is a sicko, bro. I didn't know where that was coming from. And now it's hilarious. Like it was hilarious just reading it. Now it's I
had no clue I was going there with it.
Tori's apology, yo. I was drunk,
bro. I was drunk, man.
You know how the hen do,
bro.
You know what that Henny be doing.
That is a cold response, bro. Man. Hey, I was drunk. Like I know you probably never gonna talk to me again, but I was drunk.
Man. You see how you lead with trying to pull out their hearts. I know you probably ain't gonna never talk.
I know you probably moved on.
I just need to get this on.
I don't even. Why niggas do that?
This is just something I was thinking.
You don't even got to respond, really. I just want to do that. I hate that move. Whoever I've sent that to before, I'm so sorry. I know better now.
You know, you ain't never got to talk to me again. But
you never.
I figured I'll just tell you my side.
I just want to say my piece.
Yeah.
Tell your mama.
Tell your mama.
Sneak to tell your mama, and don't let her have a kid. Don't let her have it.
The sickest shit is like, can you just put your red notification on so I know you got this, so I don't see this again.
Like, please stop. Just put your red notification on. It's crazy,
bro. Just so I know you got it though. Oh shit!
Why do niggas say that? Oh no, I'm definitely that nigga. I'm safe man, and I'm the nigga that says you probably never gonna speak to me again.
Hey, I think a good sign of this though is if your nigga get shit faced drunk and then
shoot you
and then just no before that point.
Before he shoot you, okay.
Yeah, not the shooting. The shooting should have been told before. But if he gets shit faced drunk and he texts himself to your phone, like he just got a text thread that you ain't responded to, then that should let you know that nigga gonna shoot you one day. Bro, like if it's just hella bubbles that just keep coming up like he just been talking for an entire night to himself about the shit that you doing, like, hey, and you better not be out there fucking with such and such. And I know you talking to dude right now,
and I know you see this,
and I know you looking at this.
Look, I see you dancing, but I see you grabbing your phone. You ain't taking a picture right now,
bro. So like, if that's coming out initially, then that should let you know that you might want to step away from, bro. But yeah, just make sure weight classes match, and that's why I said not the same weight class, because I almost thought about doing same or less than, but same even there is a little shaky. I wouldn't do the same either. I feel like when it's the same, you get one of them size ups. Like I could take that.
Hey, don't look your head up and down at me. Don't size me up, bro. That's universal. What we doing?
You feel me?
Anything before we go. I'm glad to be back.
Plug your shit.
Oh, 2 albums. Blood Ties EP featuring Dip, Nate, myself, executive produced by Freak, is out right now. 5 songs with production from some of the most insane producers. Please go grab Blood Ties. And Grand National dropped 2 records this past Friday. Twice on Sunday, season 1, the behind the scenes, 10 brand new songs is out now. In addition to our live recording from Airship Laboratories that we did in Richmond for Portland's Hip Hop Week. Salute to everybody at Mic Check. Both of those records are available now. And vinyl for Twice on Sunday Season 1 is available too. Both the vinyl for Twice on Sunday Season 1 and Concrete Violet. You can hit the IGs for both of those. Or just hit me directly. Like, let's not play no games. If you want to grab some vinyl, hit me directly. Make sure it gets shipped to you, or you can pull up and get it. Yeah, man. Thank you. Oh my gosh. Thank you. Shit. It is a lot of stuff. Thank you for everybody that pulled up to the pop-up on Thursday. It was like, the amount of love is insane. Again, there were so many people that wanted to be there too. COVID-19 is just, it just isn't conducive to the gatherings. So anybody that didn't pull up is like, no, it's not personal, my nigga. It's totally up to your safety and how you want to reintegrate. We're just making a choice to do these public pop-ups as safe as possible. But if it's not your thing, no hard feelings. We know that you're there with their spirit, and there's been a lot of people that have just been dealing in e-commerce and buying from us online. So the support don't stop. We feel it. We love you. We appreciate you, and everybody that tunes into the pod. Thank you to my co-hosts. Lex, thank y'all for being here hella early after a mania-ass night. We're glad to be back. This has been another episode of Meet the Brave, and we will see y'all next week.
Love.
Yes.